welcome to Wilkes Now. I'm Brianna Ebish.
And I'm Hannah Simerson. Let's take a look at what we have on today's show.
Hi, I'm AJ Rubino. Is spring on its way, or is it just global warming? Stay tuned to find out.
Hi, I'm Bailey Gatiss.
And I'm Chris Gordy. Today we will be giving you an update on the conclusion of the Wilkes Winter Athletic Contests.
We will also be giving you updates on spring athletics and play segment that I recorded with the women's basketball team. Stay tuned.
So spring break is next week, and I'm really excited to have it back and just to have a time off campus again. So do you have any exciting plans going on?
I do. So I'm not going on like a week-long trip, but I am going on a bunch of day trips. So I'm super excited for that, and I'm excited to get out of Wilkes-Barre.
Yeah, me too. I think we're all kind of feeling that. So I'm excited for sure. Help shape the future of Wilkes University. An email was sent out yesterday to all Wilkes students containing a link to a survey. Please take a few minutes to share your perceptions of Wilkes University. Your input will help guide planning and communications to strengthen our university community. This survey is being conducted by Olagi, an agency engaged to research awareness and perception of Wilkes. You can be entered into a drawing to win one of 25 $100 Amazon e-gift cards. Thank you in advance for sharing your insights.
The Manuscript Society is accepting submissions for the 2021-2022 edition, now until Monday, April 17th. The Creative Writing magazine accepts poetry, essays, short stories, photography, art, and digital art. Submissions are open for undergraduate and graduate students, faculty, and alumni. Submissions are limited to 5 submissions per person. Questions and submissions can be directed to magazine@wilkes.edu. Now let's send it to Ariel Reed for Beacon Briefs.
This is Ariel Reed, your managing editor of The Beacon. Now, let's dive into Beacon Briefs.
This week's Beacon is quite eventful, to say the least. First off, the university had a video from the Auto Physio Psychic Millennium last week. The Chicago and Detroit Music Ensemble held a luncheon, workshop, and concert for students and faculty, opening them up to learning about their culture and music, which they describe as Auto Physio Psychic. According to Dr. Yusuf Abdul Latif, who was a great saxophonist, musician, entertainer, composer, thinker, and more, Auto Physio Psychic considers the ways in which music impacts the physical, mental, and spiritual self, inspired by jazz, but the rejection of the term. The ensemble's members, Dr. Adam Zanoli, Angel Bat David, and Lufuk, brought the style of music back through extensive studying of the work of legacy of Dr. Latif. To learn about the Auto Physio Psychic Millennium and the meaning of their work, be sure to check out our front page feature on them. Next up, we have an announcement of Wilkes' Police Department searching for work-study students. The officers are looking to bring students in to gain valuable hands-on experience in the law enforcement field. Some social science students, including Jake Hubbard, Jamie Plackett, and Casey Robertson, have already picked up the job and are highly enjoying it. Be sure to check out their reactions on page 3. Additionally, if you're interested in this campus work-study position, you can reach out to Sergeant Seth Pesta. Last week, the Environmental Sustainability Club hosted a relaxing rock painting session. Anyone who attended were given small rocks that they could decorate. They were able to paint cute designs or leave positive messages on it, all while snacking on donuts together and listening to relaxing music. We also feature our creative kernel every week, with this week's spotlight going to Alyssa Roberts, Senior Digital Design and Media Art major, and the fellow student of the Sidorni Art Gallery. As a student fellow, Roberts is responsible for guiding the gallery's design team through projects, assigning work, and mentoring her fellow peers. With her guidance, the gallery's students work together and can confidently ensure that they are following the gallery band. Roberts' skills and duties have led to the endorsement by her peers, professors, and supervisors, which is why we are proud to have her as creative kernel. Next up, our own opinion assistant editor attended and reviewed a Thousand Bad Suns concert, offering unique and personalized experience and perspective on music. For her detailed personal account, be sure to check out page 15. We'd also like to congratulate men's ice hockey team for their progress in the United Collegiate Hockey Conference Championship, which they have moved up to after winning the MAC Championship. Be sure to check out the detailed recap of the intense game on page 19 of The Beacon. In the semifinal game between Wilkes and the Chatham Cougars, the Colonels swept past them with a 5-1 win. They now advance to the UCHC Championship game that will be played against Utica College on Saturday. Finally, last but not least, be sure to check out our feature of the softball team as they plan to get their game on starting March 7th. Out of the 9 teams in the MAC, the Colonels are currently in 6th place, tied with Lycoming. They have gone through rigorous practice and self-evaluation in the off-season, so we're eager to see what they have for store in us this season.
That's all we have for Beacon Briefs. Don't forget to grab your copy around campus today and in the surrounding areas. Or you can go to www.thewilkesbeacon.com for more information. Now, let's throw it back to the news desk.
Meet Norm. He lives with anxiety, but with the help of this latest innovation from Be Normal, he can be normal, just like everyone else. With the swipe of a finger, you can project happiness, confidence, machismo. Why settle for being real when you can be normal? The Normal Maker, new from Be Normal. This item doesn't really work because there's no such thing as normal. We're all different. What we like, how our brains work. In fact, 1 in 5 of us live with mental illness. Don't filter who you are. Start by talking to someone you trust. And remember, there is no normal.
At Social Security, we are always thinking of ways to save you time and make things easier. That's why we created My Social Security. A My Social Security account allows you to access your earnings history and benefits information, request a replacement Social Security card, get a proof of income letter, estimate and apply for benefits, and more. Save time. Go online. Open a My Social Security account at ssa.gov/myaccount. Social Security. Securing today and tomorrow.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
It's not too late to submit a proposal for the upcoming Women and Gender Studies Conference. The deadline for proposals has been extended to Friday, March 4th. To submit a proposal, complete the form found at www.wilkes.edu/WGS. The conference will be held at Wilkes University on April 4th through 5th. For more information or questions about the conference, please contact Associate Professor Jennifer Thomas at jennifer.thomas@wilkes.edu.
The Diamond City Partnership is hosting Cocktails and Culture from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. on Thursday, March 3rd at the Sordoni Art Gallery. Guests will enjoy Southern-inspired appetizers and cocktails, live music by John Shimo, and a tour of the latest exhibit, Juan Logan's Creating and Collecting. The cost of attendance is $25, and tickets are available for purchase online through Eventbrite. Next, we will continue our video tour series with Stark Learning Center.
Have you ever driven along South River Street and thought, what's that big 4-story building on Wilkes' campus? This gigantic brick building is the Stark Learning Center, a keystone of Wilkes University and a building that holds more than you think. The Stark Learning Center is home to many STEM and medical science students. This building alone holds the Mark Engineering Center, the Nesbitt School of Pharmacy, the Passon School of Nursing, and more. More so, it's neighbors with the Cohen Science Center, making it a passing hub for the students in environmental studies as well. All of the schools of learning housed in this building are equipped with modern, state-of-the-art technology specially catered for what they need most to learn in the programs. From nursing labs to aerodynamic wind tunnels, the Stark Learning Center surely has something for any STEM student housed within the 4 walls and the basement. With resources like these, students are guaranteed to have worthwhile hands-on education experiences. The Mark Engineering Center is also home to the Umid R. Najib Lab, named in honor of the late, yet still beloved electrical engineering professor and eventual dean of the School of Engineering, a position he served for a total of 37 years. This area also holds cozy private group studying and tutor rooms specifically reserved for STEM students. Even if you aren't a STEM major, you'll still find yourself exploring the hallways of this building. In between classes, you may find yourself looking for some lunch, a snack, a cup of coffee, or even a milkshake. In between the Passon School of Nursing and the Mark Engineering Center, feel free to stop by the Pod Market, a very convenient corner store modern market style hybrid. The market holds greens to go, where you can grab freshly made salad or wrap. Pass by the market and you can find yourself facing SLC 101, the largest classroom on campus. This lecture hall is typically saved for the occasional Gen Ed or first year foundation course, or even club and orientation activities and assemblies. Another lecture hall is just around the corner, the infamous Pit, a lesser known room across campus, though still leaves quite the impression with its small and steep area. Watch your step! If you're in the mood for some fresh air, be sure to step out onto the quiet Melbourne courtyard in the middle of the center. With tables and chairs littered across the sheltered area outside the honors program area, you can relax and watch cars and students travel along River Street, and as well as the gorgeous river common area across the street. The Stark Learning Center is a time capsule, truly a test of the past several decades. It seems that as every year goes on, it continues to evolve and fit the needs of students and professors alike, not just for the STEM programs, but for the entire university population as a whole.
What a great facility available to our engineering students. Let us now switch gears and throw it to Zara to update us on the situation going down in Kansas City.
Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes and Chiefs offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy have been clashing ever since Super Bowl 55, where they lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2021. Bieniemy joined the Chiefs in 2013 as the running back coach and got promoted to offensive coordinator in 2018. Mahomes' record-breaking season was the same season as Bieniemy's debut as offensive coordinator. Bieniemy has interviewed for head coaching position 15 times, and he's allegedly known for his short temper, lack of plan, rushing interviews, and his criminal record. Bieniemy also does not listen to his peers at all. During the AFC Championship game versus the Cincinnati Bengals, Bieniemy called the entire second half with many questionable decisions. Bieniemy had running back Clyde Edwards-Helaire get the ball over Jerick McKinnon, even though McKinnon was running extremely well in the first half. Bieniemy also called for wide receiver Demarcus Robinson to get the ball over Mecole Hardman in overtime. These passes ended up incomplete. Bieniemy and Mahomes fought this entire game. With 10 seconds left in the half, Bieniemy tells Mahomes that he has one timeout left and that he had 5 plays to run. 2 of the run plays that got set up were never sent into the huddle. The Chiefs never had that timeout either. This has been going on all offseason, and Bieniemy's screen time on the sideline went down. Fast forward to the offseason, and Bieniemy was once again passed on for a head coaching opportunity. After he was passed on by the New Orleans Saints, with everything that came out about Bieniemy, it seemed like he had no shot at getting another coaching position. But on February 24th, Eric Bieniemy re-signed with the Chiefs to be the offensive coordinator. It is clear there are other forces at play here, and we will see how this will affect Mahomes in the upcoming season. The Chiefs need to decide on who is more important, Patrick Mahomes or Eric Bieniemy. That is all I have on the current situation at hand. Wilkes Now will love any opinion on the issue via our Instagram at Wilkes Now. Let's go to Bailey and Chris for our Wilkes Now Sports Update.
Thanks, Zara. Hi, and welcome back to Sports Now. I'm Bailey Gatus.
And I'm Chris Gordy. Wilkes University winter sports have almost concluded, as only 2 sports are still competing. The men's and women's basketball teams have both ended their seasons in the first round of the playoffs this past Wednesday. The men finished 8-17, and the women went 8-15 on the season.
The women's ice hockey team finalized their season on the 20th of February with a total of 3 wins on the year. The men's ice hockey team won the MAC championship game and their United Collegiate Hockey Conference semifinal game. They will be playing this Saturday at Utica College in hopes to bring the UCHC Championship Cup back to Wilkes-Barre. Finally, wrestling also wrapped up their season with a 10-5 record. First-year Austin Fashauer and junior Colton Babcock qualified for the NCAA Division III Southeast Regional Wrestling Tournament, both as runner-ups in their weight classes. They will be competing on March 11th and 12th in the championship.
Spring sports are finally underway within the Wilkes-Barre area, as the men's volleyball team is sitting at 8-12 so far, with plenty of games left in their season. The team is continuing to grow as a volleyball program, with many athletes breaking their personal career records. Senior Everett Fritz is leading the Colonels with 119 kills, while sophomores Paul Benner and Noah Taylor follow closely behind with 118 and 112 respectively. Junior Casey Shipman is leading the team with 223 assists, and this past week, the volleyball team went 0-3 with losses to New Jersey City University, Arcadia University, and number 12 Juniata College. Benner led the Colonels in the Juniata game with 6 kills and 4 blocks. They will match up against Stevens tomorrow at 7 p.m. in hopes to get a win and get off of the losing streak.
Baseball season is upon us, and the Colonels are running bases around their opponents so far with 2 wins to start the year. Against Rosemont College in a doubleheader this weekend, senior pitcher Gage Cordette only let up 3 hits, but no batters scored. Junior Darren Kordesky led Wilkes with 3 hits out of 4 at-bats, with 2 runs and 3 RBIs, leading to a 15-0 win in Game 1. In Game 2, Wilkes let Rosemont make a run at them at the score, and the score was tied in the 5th inning, 6-6. The Colonels got the bats firing and came out with a 15-6 win after big hits from junior AJ Brosius, who also had 5 RBIs, and first-year Zach Luksic, who had 3 hits and 1 RBI. First-year pitcher Tyler Hodel got the win after closing the game for the Colonels. Brosius received the MAC Freedom Player of the Week award as he finished the weekend with 9 RBIs after going 4 for 5 at the plate. They are heading to Florida on March 5th and will stay there for the duration of spring break to play 9 games. Softball will also be getting their season started up during spring break as they head to Myrtle Beach, where they will have 8 games scheduled.
Men's and women's lacrosse started their seasons last week. The men have played 2 games so far with an 11-6 loss against Marywood and a 16-7 loss at Newman, as the Colonels cannot come back after the Knights had a big 6-1 run in the third quarter. Dylan Cadis led Wilkes with 2 goals. They play tomorrow at Schmidt Stadium at 4 p.m. as they host Rosemont. The women have participated in 3 games thus far, with the 12-11 losses against Mount St. Mary and Marywood, and then a 19-2 loss at Maritime. Senior Savannah Bauman and Cameron Devitt both contributed to the only goals of the game for the Colonels at Maritime. They also play tomorrow as they hit the road and travel to Gwinnett Mercy for a 7 p.m. start time.
The men's and women's tennis teams are 2-1 on the year with wins over Scranton and Lebanon. Sophomore Cole Gibson received the MAC Freedom Player of the Week as he won in his doubles event and in his singles match. Dasha Yaknis also received the MAC Freedom Player of the Week awards as she too won her doubles and singles matches. Tennis will be traveling to Chestertown, Maryland for a doubleheader against Washington College and Stevenson University on the 5th.
Spring sports will continue throughout the semester and will wrap up the 2022 school year in early May. Stay tuned to Sports Now as we will keep updating you on all the games and statistics every single Tuesday.
For more real-time information on all of the Wilkes athletic events, statistics, and final scores, go to www.gowilkesU.com. You
can read more about all of the Wilkes athletes and teams in this week's issue of the Beacon. Find a copy around campus or visit www.thewilkesbeacon.com. That is all we have this week for Sports Now. I'm Chris Gawardi.
And I'm Bailey Gatiss. Now here's a video that I filmed with the women's basketball team as they concluded their season.
Hi, I'm Bailey Gatiss, the sports director for Wilkes Now. Today I'm going to be interviewing the women's basketball team and asking them a very important question. Alright, I'm here with Tess Edwards and I have a question for her. What is your go-to pregame hype song?
Definitely Party in the USA.
Why?
I didn't know there was gonna be a why! I think it's just one of those songs that everybody knows and everyone can sing together and we all just like get hyped together.
Alright, I'm here with Erin Schober, and what is your go-to pregame hype song?
It's not really a hype song, but I always listen to the song Hallucinogenics by Matt Mason before games. I don't know, I just enjoy it and sing it really loud before games.
Alright, I'm here with Ariel Reed, and what is your go-to pregame hype song?
Promiscuous by Nelly Furtado.
Why?
So actually in junior high, I always did the Just Dance to that song, and the first time I did it, I popped off for 15 points, so now I just do it every time out of habit. So yeah.
Alright, I'm here with Emma Stout. What is your go-to pregame hype song?
I Don't F With You by Big Sean.
Why?
Because it just gets me in the mood to play.
I'm here with Caitlin Kinsel, and what is your go-to pregame hype song?
Way Out by Jack Harlow.
Why?
It's a good song. I don't know. It gets me hype.
I'm with Julia Marina. And what is your go-to pregame hype song?
Hotel Room Service by Pitbull.
Why?
The song just gets me hype.
Alright, I'm here with Kendra Smith. And what is your go-to pregame hype song?
The Business Part 2.
Why?
Let's get down, because it gets me hype. It's a business trip every day.
Alright, I'm with Emily Hawker, and what is your go-to pregame hype song?
Waves by Kanye West.
Why?
It just makes me feel great.
Thank you. Alright, I'm with Brianna Kiak, and what is your go-to pregame hype song?
Friends in Low Places by Garth Brooks.
Why?
It just gets me hyped.
Thank you. Alright, I'm with Bella McKeefrey, and what is your go-to pregame hype song?
Get Up by Mother Mother.
Why?
Because it gets me really pumped up, and I love the background music in it, and yeah.
Alright, I'm here with Bree Horton, and what is your go-to pregame hype song?
Dreams and Nightmares.
Why?
Just gets me hyped.
Thanks. Alright, I'm with Jules Askins, and what is your go-to pregame hype song?
Blackball by Young Boy.
Why?
Gets me lit.
Alright, I'm with Alexa Jones, and what is your go-to pregame hype song?
Who Wants Smoke?
Why?
Because it gets me hype.
Thank you. Alright, I'm with Jordan Jennings, and what is your go-to pregame hype song?
I listen to the playlist Top Hits.
Why?
Because I'm indecisive.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfies, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
My name is Blake. I received a heart transplant when I was 2 weeks old. I play defense for the Red Hot Tornadoes. Sometimes my heart starts pounding like faster and faster as I go. I know I have someone else's heart inside me. It makes me feel happy because someone was generous enough to give me a second chance to live.
This gift of life was made possible by an organ donor. Imagine what you could make possible. Sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
Hello, sunshine. It's time for your weekly weather report. It is currently 32 degrees outside. You know what that means, right? Wear your pants. It's not short season yet. The sunrise today was at 6:37 and the sunset will be at 5:53. The high today will be 46 degrees and a low of 30. The humidity is at 61%, so your hair has a lower probability of frizzing up. Looking at this from a weekly perspective, tomorrow expect some chance of showers. It will be starting around 4 p.m. with the high of 48 and a low of 31. Thursday, it's going to be mostly sunny with a high of 37 and a low of 15. Friday, we're looking at mostly sunny with a high of 39, a low of 16. This is when it starts getting warmer on Saturday. However, comes with a price with a chance of showers with a high of 44 and a low of 27. Sunday will be another chance of showers, but it's a little bit warmer with a high of 55 and a low of 38. And Monday, the lovely day to have beautiful weather, it's not happening. It's going to be mostly cloudy with a high of 62 and a low of 45. So tomorrow, expect the rain start in the other side of Pennsylvania. So by 10 p.m., the snow will start making its course. However, by 1 a.m., it will not affect us at all. It will be affecting the Pittsburgh area, the Erie area. And by 4 a.m., it has made its way through that part of Pennsylvania. Looking ahead, expect rain and snow weather. Please invest in an umbrella. The weather is warming up finally, but will it stay? I don't know. Find out next week. That's all I have. I'm AJ Rubino. Let's send it back to the anchor desk.
That's all the time we have for today. Just a reminder, you can watch us live every Tuesday on Service Electric Channel 97 at noon.
Also, check out our YouTube channel for episodes of the show and more. In case you missed it, our broadcast re-airs every weeknight at 7:30 p.m. From all of us here at Wilkes Now, have a great week.